That is very interesting that you brought that up, because in Home Cures to Work, we discussed this and we have an article on it. And hyperbaric oxygen is when you don't have enough oxygen somewhere in your body, it creates problems because you can't make energy very efficiently without oxygen. You can make some energy, but not efficiently, and you don't make very much energy. So this low energy state, and you start making a bunch of lactic acid, and it builds up, and then you get like cramps and soreness, like in muscles and stuff like that. So people with fibromyalgia, people with circulation problems, people who've had strokes, people with poor circulation generally, or heart problems, heart disease, you can go into hyperbaric oxygen and they put you under like 2 atmospheres of pressure in breathing pure oxygen. So this is not the soft-sided ones that use like 0.8 atmospheres of pressure. This is like, it's a chamber. It's hard. It's either steel or glass, and you get oxygen dissolves into the rest of your blood. So it's not just your red blood cells that have oxygen in them. All of your blood, even the water part of your blood, has oxygen dissolved in it. And then when you release the pressure, those bubbles come out of pure oxygen, and it oxygenates everything. I use it often for people that have had strokes, because one of the things that it does is, in allowing more oxygen in, let's say the brain, where there's a clogged artery and you had a stroke, there's areas around the brain that are getting a little bit of oxygen, but not enough, so that's not functional. And you can restore some function of the brain back, or sometimes even all of the function, by putting hyperbaric oxygen. And one of the things that it does is it stimulates the production of vascular endothelial growth factor, VEGF, and that causes you to make more blood vessels to get more blood to an area that's hypoxic, that's low in oxygen. And that means even like in the heart, they've proven that you have a blockage in your arteries, and these new arteries form around the blockage, and you don't lose any, you don't have any heart problems. This is a real thing, and hyperbaric oxygen is a great way to start that process. And so you need several treatments. And just as an aside, by the way, right across the street, I'm pointing at it now, there is a hyperbaric oxygen chamber, and I work with them a lot. And because sometimes they need a doctor in-house, and I'm right across the street, so I can run over there. And my mom's visiting from Idaho, and Idaho's kind of a high altitude, and she's kind of creaky and having trouble getting around really easily, and has to lift up her feet so she doesn't trip. You know, those kind of things when you're 87 years old. And so I asked the guy, can we do some hyperbaric treatments while we're here? And he's like, sure. So she's had 2 treatments so far. She said after the first treatment, she was like, wow, I feel lighter, I feel better. After the second treatment, it lasted a lot longer. And today she's having her 3rd treatment. So it doesn't necessarily have to be for illness. If you have poor circulation for any reason, it's a good idea.